Alright, let's talk about MPW. There's big news in the market for Medical Properties Trust. It will have implications on investors and it will be expensive for short sellers. Let's get into the news, let's get into the drama in this stock, because we see huge volatility on after hours trading here this Friday. We see the trading on screen right now, and if we take a look at Yahoo, we can see that it's 12.28% up in after hours trading, and this is a result of the board of directors declaring dividends after market close. So they announced 15 cents a share in cash dividend to shareholders, and this will be paid out on May the 1st to stockholders of record on April the 22nd. That means that April the 23rd will be the ex-date, and we will see a drop in stock since it's no longer traded with dividend. You buy before this date, you're gonna get the dividend. You buy after this date, you're not gonna get it. And even if you sell after this ex-date here, well, then you're gonna get the dividend anyways. And this will be very expensive for short sellers, and I will explain exactly why. It's because they don't only pay a premium based on supply and demand for how many shares are shortable, they also have to cover this dividend. Remember, they're borrowing a share from someone else, and this person is entitled to dividend as a shareholder, and this dividend will come out of the pocket of short sellers in this case. So we can speculate that all this after hours market trading could potentially be short sellers trying to cover for themselves, who don't think it's fun anymore when the dividend continues to roll out. If we take a quick look at dividend history, current yield, total numbers, we see about 15% in dividend yield here for Medical Properties Trust, and this represents an annual dividend of 60 cents. We can do some quick math. If we're trying to support certain lifestyle, let's say you want to retire in Southeast Asia on $1,000 every month, well, then you would need about 60,000 shares in this stock with current dividend levels. I calculate this. Remember, if you have a little bit more than 6k shares in this case, you're going to be paid $1,000 on a quarterly basis. So I take that times 3 to get 60k, and then you get the $1,000 every month basically from dividend payment. That's one way to think about it, to think about how investing supports lifestyle, because that's what it's all about in a lot of cases. It's not just numbers on the screen, it's real income, in this case passive income from dividend, and it can be very interesting to think around what it actually means for lifestyle and for situation in cases like this. And for yield chasers, this is indeed exciting times, a very high yield that will be paid out now. In this case, there was a lot of doubt around it, and we can also see that the current yield in terms of a historical perspective is the lowest it has ever been. We can take a look here in the aftermath of the housing crisis here in 08, where it totally collapsed. We see they slashed dividend from 27 cents a share on a quarterly basis to only 20 cents a share, and in that case we saw that they continued to pay out that low dividend for many quarters to come, basically, before it eventually started to increase again. And remember, historical performance is not an indicator of future results. They could be paying out 15 cents for a long time, they could cut it, or they could continue to increase it. Only time will tell. But for now, we have this news of dividend. Very welcome for yield chasers indeed. Very unwelcome for shorts, who will have a nasty, expensive surprise in this case. Alright, that's been it for this video covering the news in Medical Properties Trust, and as always, hope you guys make a ton of money, whatever investments you decide to make. Take care now. Bye bye.